everyone, welcome back to the Green Farm channel. This is Claudette and I'm here with you today to show you how I use Pages to create a digital scene using the Green Farm's digital stamp. Also just to do a very simple, if you just want to use Pages just to bring up your image and then just print, I will show you that, but it really is super simple. If you don't know, for some of you guys who don't know this, Pages is a software or an app on the Macintosh products that is equivalent to Microsoft Word, and it is already installed in your in your Macintosh products, whereas Microsoft Word you'd have to buy and then install it onto your Mac. So I'm finding out a lot of people aren't getting Microsoft Office on their Mac computers because you have to pay monthly now, opposed to just buying a yearly CD or just a yearly installation thing. Now you got to pay monthly. And so I am finding that a lot of you guys would rather just use Pages. Is pretty much the same as Word. There's just a few things as a new Pages user, you're gonna have to like search for certain things, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. I also want to just say that I am very new to Pages and I only just started using it just to play around with the digital stamps so that I could help those who want to dive into the digital scene. But it really is easy. I did a comparison on the two, Microsoft Word and Pages, and I want to say when you're using a Macintosh computer, it is easy to use Word. So I don't know if that's going to be the same as far as window based, because Macintosh products usually is just a drag and drop, whereas I don't remember Word being like that, or if you can do certain things but not all. So I will show you how to use Word, or show you the comparison on what's easier. You decide. But I think the Word would be very similar to what Windows would have, meaning the steps would be pretty much the same. I hope I'm right on that. If I'm not, just go ahead and let us know. But anyways, let's get into the tutorial. We are using Pages, and it is the little newsletter with a pen or pencil down here. This looks like a pencil. And all you do is click on that. You get this. You want to do a new document, and then I'm just going to use what was already defaulted, which is the 8.5 by 11 portrait, and then you could also choose the 11 by 8.5 landscape, but I'm using portrait. Create. Okay, so now I want to make this a 4.25 by 5.5 document because that's the size of my card. So all you have to do is go to File, hit Page Setup, and then go to Paper Size and go down here to Manage Custom Sizes. As you can see, I already have it here, but I'm going to show you how to do it. So click on this, and then you enter in the size you want. So if you're going to do 5 by 7, you just enter 5 by 7 and then hit OK. So just hit OK, and I'm going to hit OK, and then there's my 4.25 by 5.5 layout. So I like to say this next step is basically when you're building a scene, to think in terms of layer. I say this to those who also use Photoshop. Whatever you're going to use first, you want to have like let's say I'm going to do a Christmas scene, so I'm going to be doing the tree first. So that's going to be in the background, and so that's going to be whatever you want in the background is going to be on the bottom layer, and then whatever you want in front of it is going to go on the layer above, and then whatever in front of that on above, and etc. So I will show you that because I'm sure that was confusing. So we said we're going to do the tree. Where's my tree? Okay. So when I say drag and drop, all you have to do is just click it and drag it onto your layout. It's just as simple as that. I just want to make it that big. And then I want a fireplace. So let's go to fireplace, drag it and drop it. So with Pages, you could move it anywhere you want. Microsoft, you're going to have a little bit, it's not difficult, but you're going to have another step. And this is for Mac because I don't know if Windows allows you to do this like Mac does. So I'm gonna say I'm assuming it would, but don't quote me. All right, so that is what I love about Pages, is you could just pretty much use this as if you were using Photoshop Elements or Photoshop, the full suite. So you could see that the fireplace is in front of the tree, meaning the layer is on top of the tree, but I want the tree to be in front of it because the fireplace is usually up against the wall and the tree is usually not. So how do you do that? You just click on fireplace, right click, and then hit send back. And then now your tree is in front on the top layer of the fireplace. So that's how you do that. All right. Okay, so now we want to build the scene. So I'm going to put a chair, click and drag and drop. And then you see these anchors. These anchors allow you to enlarge or make it smaller. So since it's in the foreground, it's a lot larger than everything in the background. Now I want to put an Ian in here. All right, so let's drag Ian. I want him bigger. So just gonna do that. All right. And then I just want to add a few more things to the scene. So as you can see, it's fairly easy. I think my E is a little too big. All right, and this looks a little too small. Okay. All right, so let's add in some, let's see, stockings. All right, so let's just drag that. And then let's make it proportion to the scene. Okay, and now I want the same stockings. Instead of just dragging and then you get a bigger size because it's defaulted to this size, I want it to be exactly the same size. So what I'm going to do is hit Command C and then Command V to copy and paste. C, V. Okay. Now you see that the stocking is on the top layer of Ian. It should really be on the bottom of Ian because Ian is in the front. So I'm just going to do the same thing, right click, send back. Okay, this is a good thing I came into this because you guys will run into this as well. So it went all the way back. So what I'm going to do is Command Z to undo it, and then I'm going to go here to arrange, and then I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to say backwards. So now, oops, I didn't do that. I want to click on backwards. I hope I did that. Let's click on Ian and then hit front. There we go. So you see that? So play around with it. Like I said earlier in the video, I am just learning as I go. And so sometimes I'll hit backwards and you saw it didn't work. But front, clicking on Ian, click on whatever you want to move. So I clicked on Ian and I moved him front. I could say back and he's going to be behind the chimney and the chair, but we want him front. You could also do backwards. So let's see. Yep, so he's behind that one. So basically, yeah, play around with it because, see, let's say backwards, and there you go. So play around with it and see, you know, get used to this, whatever software you're using, and you know, that's how you learn, is when you make the mistakes and then try and error. But at least I'm showing you the basics so you can get an idea of how to use this, and then you could go further with it as you play around with the software. All right, so I'm gonna just do a few more pieces just so that this is not too boring. Let's say we want a mantelpiece here, decorations. So I am going to just put that, let's just say right there. Let's do a lantern. Let's just do that right there. And then let's just do one more. Let's go to this one. Let's make him Oops, make them a little smaller. All right, so those are the mantle pieces. All right. That one looks really small. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna just do a few more, let's add some presents in and then call it a day. Oh, not that one. Those are my presents. Here we go. All right, let's just drag and drop, and then let's make this the right size. Right. I want this to kind of be under the tree, so I am going to do back, and then I'm going to copy. So it's Command C, Command V, and then I'm just going to put that right there, and then that's it. See how easy that was? All right, so before I go any further with this tutorial, I just want to show you guys on Mac how just the couple of steps that are different, the extra steps you have to take. So I'm just going to go okay, and I'm not even going to size this to 4 1/4 because it's just, I just doing this as a comparison on the difference between the two softwares. So let's do the tree. Grab the tree. So you see how it automatically went here. I can't even move it. So this is where the extra steps come in. So you want to right click, wrap text, and do in front of text. So once you do that, you can move it anywhere around your document, okay? So let's say I'm creating the same scene in Windows. Let's do the fireplace. And every single time you add a layer, what's going to happen is you can't move it. You have to continuously do right click and then do the wrap text in front of text. And then that way, that's when you can move it all around. Okay, and then now we want this tree in front. I want to say right click. Let's see if we could bring to the front. There you go. So now it's in front. Okay. So really, that really is the difference between the two. It really is, I guess it's only one step more as far as moving them around anywhere you want and then placing them. So it really is just drag and drop on a Macintosh and then hit wrap text to get it to move around your paper. So wrap text and then in front of text is what you want to select, so you could be able to move it around the entire document. Okay, so that is the difference between Word in Macintosh and Pages. So I don't know if you can drag and drop in Windows. I'm going to say I'm assuming you can, but don't quote me. Okay, so I'm going to not save this. Okay, so now that we're here, I want to print 4 of these on one sheet of paper. So what I'm going to do is hit File, and then I'm going to go down to Export to PDF, and then I'm just going to leave these settings the same and hit Next, and then I'm going to name it Christmas Card 3. All right. Okay, so once you've done that, I'm going to do New, and I'm going to click on my default 8.5 by 11 because that's the size of cardstock I'm going to use to print. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look where I've saved that PDF, which is Christmas scene cards. I already set this up, and I'm going to use this one right here is what we created, and I'm going to drag it to my pages. This is, remember, this is an 8.5 by 11. This right here is a 4 1/4 by 5.5. So I am just going to put it here, and then I want to, you could either Command Control and then Command V, and then just put this next to it. I want to click both of these, Command C and then Command V, and drag it all the way here. And there you have it. You can print this whole sheet with 4 of your card fronts, and you don't have to waste paper and print a 4¼ by 5½ on one sheet of paper. Hey guys, I forgot to show you how to just use pages as not necessarily creating a scene, but just opening your stamps and printing them from pages. So really quick, it's pretty much the same concept as what I showed you how to do a scene, but it's probably even easier. So just go ahead and do new, and then I'm going to go ahead and do an 8½ by 11. So I want to print multiple of my image. So I will do Country Anya. Let's drag her, and I want to make her the size of a regular stamp, which is 3 by 4. Let's say 3 by 4. Is she usually about 3 by 4? Or is it 2 by 3? 3 by 4. Maybe it's 2. Let's say 2½. All right. What did we say that was? 2½ by 3.34. Okay, I'm just gonna say this for the sake of the video. So this is basically what you do, and then you could just print from here. If you want to do multiples, once again, you just hit Command C, Command V, and then V again. So let's spread them out evenly. Okay, and so the quickest way to get the full sheet is just highlight all of the images that you want, and then Command C, and then Command V. And then let's do it one more time. V, Command V. So maybe you could even put another row, but I'm just not going to. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And oops. And then print. So that's really it. You could print, fussy cut, run it through your scan and cut, or fussy cut it yourself. So basically, that's it. Hope this was as easy as it looked, because it really is easy. So yeah, that's how you just open up a digital stamp, put it on pages, and then print. And then I showed you how to do multiple printing on one sheet. All right? Okay, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Take care, and if I don't, probably won't talk to you guys until the new year. So have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, guys. Bye.